the cost of each radio set. So cost of each radio set, rupees 1200, that is 1200 rupees. So now let's find out the total amount that she spent on buying 40 radio sets, right? So total cost of 40 radio sets. Now one radio set costs 1200 rupees, cost 1200 into 40. So 1200 into 40. Now 12 fours are 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36, 12 fours are 48. So 48 with 3 zeros. So she has spent in all 48,000 rupees in order to buy all these 40 radio sets, right? Now let's calculate the actual answer that we want, that is the remaining amount of money that she has in her purse after she has spent 78,592. It is just like when you go to a shop, you have 100 rupees with you and you buy half a kilo of rice which costs approximately 50 rupees. So you give the 100 and he gives back to you 50 rupees change. This is the same concept that we are applying here, that she has bought 40 radio sets which costs 48,000, but she has given 78,592. Now we need to find out the change that the shopkeeper gives who is giving the radio sets to her, right? So let's solve it here. Remaining amount with the merchant. So you calculate this particular value by subtracting 48,000 from 78,592. So let's write it as total amount merchant had minus cost of 40 radio sets, right? Now total amount merchant had, it is 78,592 minus total cost of 40 radio sets, it is 48,000, right? Now let's solve the subtraction. So we'll make a working column here. 78,592. Please give appropriate spacing between the digits. 48,000. This subtraction is very simple. 2 minus 0 is 2. 9 minus 0 is 9. 5 minus 0 is 5. So you get the 592 as the same value. And then 8 minus 8 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. So the amount that she gets back is 30,592 rupees. So she goes to the shop, she buys 40 radio sets, each costing 1200. Now the total cost of all the 40 radio sets is 48,000, but she gives the shopkeeper 78,592. Now the change or the remaining amount that she gets is 30,592. So let's write the statement. Remaining amount with the merchant is rupees 30,592. So the most important thing that children miss out here is writing rupees. So it's very mandatory, or it is very important that we include rupees while we write the cost of any commodity that is given in the question. So this is the end of the 7th sum. Let's head with the 8th sum of the exercise. Now the 8th sum says that a student multiplied 7236 by 65 instead of multiplying by 56. So he has done a blunder by multiplying it with 65, but he had to multiply the number with 56. So this is one of the common scenarios that we face during any maths exam. We see a student who is very good at maths, very confident, he goes, sits and writes the paper and comes back when he checks the question, and one or the other place he finds that his multiplication, addition or subtraction is with a wrong number, and he ends up getting a different value which is having so much difference with the actual answer that he had to get. So this could be just rectified by considering any maths exam to be a fun based writing rather than considering it to be a serious examination. That's what we could do. So let's get into the problem again. A student multiplied 7236 by 65 instead of multiplying by 56. So he had to multiply 7236 with 56, but he has multiplied it with 65. So he's interchanged the digits. So by how much was his answer greater than the correct answer? So let's get ahead with this problem by writing the data. So actual multiplication was 7236 into 56. So this was actually that he had to do, but student's multiplication was with 65. So 7236 into 65, right? Now, how do we find the difference between the answer that he has got and the actual answer? Now we need to look at the sum and judge which one will have the greatest answer. So if you multiply the number with a lower value, or if you multiply the number with higher value, which value or which answer will have the greatest value? It is actually the student's multiplication, right? Now we need to look at this sum properly and understand which one of the multiplications will have the greater value, right? If you consider this and if you consider this, student's multiplication will have greater value than that of the actual multiplication, right? So you need to subtract the answer that the student has got from the actual answer that the student had to get when he multiplied the number with 56. So is multiplication required? That is it required to multiply each digit, find large numbers and then subtract? Now is it required to multiply 7236 with 56 and 7236 with 65 and then find the difference between both of the answers? No, it's actually not required. We can use the tool, that is brackets. We can use that as the device or the tool to make our sum easier and more better to find out the correct answer, so that we don't go wrong again while we are doing the sum, right? Yes, so we'll write here as difference between the answers, that is student's multiplication minus actual multiplication. So now the student's multiplication we have not multiplied, but we will write the number 7236 into 65 brackets minus 7236 into 56. Now we need to take the common factor among both of them. Now the common factor here is 7236 and 7236, and we need to club 65 and 56 under the roof so that we don't go wrong in multiplying individually and then finding out the answer. So this is how we can use brackets to simplify the sum that we are solving. So 7236, that is 7236. If you take out as the common factor, you find 65 minus 56 as the answer, and then you know if you subtract 65 minus 56 from the answer, you get it as 6 is converted into 5, this is 15, 6 plus 6 is 12, 6 plus 7 is 13, 6 plus 8 is 14, and 6 plus 9 is 15. So 9 will be the difference. 5 minus 5 is 0. So you get it as 7236 into 9. See, instead of multiplying these two huge numbers, it is very easy to multiply a 4-digit number with a single digit number, right? So you get the answer right away. So 9 6 are 9 5 are 45, 9 6 are 54. So 4 carries 5, 9 3s are 9 1s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 9 3s are 27. 27 plus 5, it is 32. 3, 9 2s are 18, 21, 2 is the carry, 9 7s are 7 9s are 63, and 63 plus 2 is 65. So you represent the number according to the Indian system of numeration. So this is the difference that you get when you subtract the actual answers if you multiply them individually, right? So we'll write down the answer. I'll write down the answer here. So the difference between the answers is 65,124. So in this problem, the main thing that we learnt is how to utilize brackets and how to take out the common factor and then club two things under one bracket and simplify it to a very small number and then multiply it with the common factor that we have in order to get the correct answer and not go wrong anywhere by multiplying two huge numbers individually. So this is the end of the 8th sum. Thank you. Now let us head with the 9th sum of the exercise. The 9th sum states that to stitch a shirt 2 meter 15 centimeter cloth is needed. So to stitch one shirt, a length of 2 meter 15 centimeter cloth is required. Out of 40 meter cloth, that is they have 40 meter cloth in length as total, how many shirts can be stitched and how much cloth will remain? So you need to find out the number of shirts that you can stitch with 40 meter length of the cloth have, and after you have finished that many number of shirts, what is the amount of cloth that will remain from the 40 meter length of cloth. So before we get into the core of the sum, let us revise certain basics about measurements. So you know, you would have learnt in your earlier classes that 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter, right? So if you take up your measuring scale and if you count the millimeters, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 divisions, that is 10 millimeters, right? In the same way, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So if you have a 100 centimeter scale with you, that is equal to 1 meter, or the distance is equal to 1 meter, and then 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So if you have a 1000 meter scale with you, that 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So if you have traveled 1 kilometer distance, it means you have traveled 1000 meter distance. So this is the conversions and you need to remember these values perfectly. So this is about distance and measuring the length. Now when we measure weight, So we use grams and kilograms, right? So let's learn the conversion between grams and kilograms. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So this is another one thing that you need to learn. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams, right? Now, when we measure capacity of water or capacity of any liquid, we use liters and milliliters, right? So 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. So these are some of the conversions that you need to remember when you see any units of measurement that is given in any verbal problem. Now on the other side, we'll collect the data and then we'll go about with the sum. So the data gives us that for one shirt we need 2 meter 15 centimeter length of cloth. Okay, so we'll write it here. Length of cloth required to stitch one shirt. It is 2 meter 15 centimeter. Right? Yes. So let's head with the second data that they have given. Total amount of or total length of cloth they have. It is 40 meter. Now you need to calculate the number of shirts that are possible with 40 meter of. The second thing that you need to calculate is the measure of the remaining cloth. So measure of remaining cloth. So these are the two things that you need to calculate, right? Okay, now how to go about this particular sum? So first let us convert this one, that is 2 meter and 15 centimeter and then 40 meter into one unit. Either we'll convert this into meters or this into centimeters. Since they have given us 1 centimeter and 2 meters, what we will do is we will convert both of them into centimeters because the calculation becomes much more simpler. Okay, so let's take the reference here. So they have given 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So we have been given here 2 meter and 15 centimeter and we have been given here 40 meter. Let us convert both of them to centimeters, right? So let's take the reference point from here. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, right? So 2 meters will be equal to 200 centimeter. So 2 into 100 obviously is 200 centimeters. So 200 centimeter plus 15 centimeter will give you 215 centimeter. So essentially if you convert this particular value or this particular length of 2 meter and 15 centimeter to 2 centimeters, it will be 215 centimeters, right? Now the same thing, 40 into 100, 3 zeros, it is 4000 centimeters, right? So this is the length of the cloth that is required for one shirt and this is the total length that you have. So how to find out the number of shirts that you can stitch? It is very simple. You need to use this particular formula. Number of shirts is equal to total amount of cloth or total length of cloth that you have. Total length of cloth divided by length of cloth required to stitch one shirt. Length of cloth that you require for one shirt, right? Yes. So let's fill in the numerator and denominator. So the numerator will be, of course, 4000 centimeter divided by 215 centimeter. So let's start by dividing 4000 and 215. Of course, there is another one simpler method that we can use, but that we will use in later chapters, that is simplifying the fractions. But let's go with the crude method of division. 4000 is there, that is the dividend, and we have 215, which is the divisor. Now let's estimate this particular number. When we estimate this number, we see that this particular number is less than 250, and hence we estimate it to the lower nearest value, lower nearest 100, I would say, because we have 0, 0, 0 here. So let's estimate it to the lower nearest 100, that is 200. Now when you multiply this number with 2, you get 400 as the estimated product. But if you take that particular number and multiply it with 215, that is, if you multiply 2 with 215, you are going to get a greater value than 400. So we need to multiply 215 with 1 so that we can subtract here and proceed with the division. So multiply it with 1, you have 215 here. Take the borrow, that is 3, this is 9, and this is 10. Hope you understood this. 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 1 is 8, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and take the 0 down. And again, if you do the same thing, see, if you estimate this particular number to 200, 200 into 9 will give you 1800, which is less than this, but 215 into 9 will give you a number which is certainly greater than this. So you can't proceed with the division further. So take the preceding value of 9, that is 8. So take the value as 8. Now 8 5s are 40, keep 4 in your mind, 8 1s are 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, so 2, and again 1 carry, keep 1 in your mind, 8 2s are 16, 16 plus 1 is 17. So 1720. So this was a method that was taught by my teacher when I was in primary school. So this holds good even when I am doing my 11th or 12th standard, right? So when you subtract these both, you get 0, 5 minus 2 is 3, 8 minus 7 is 1, and we get 0 here. Of course, you can't divide 130 by 215. So approximately we can produce 18 shirts from the 40 meter cloth that we have, and the remaining length of the cloth is 130 meters, right? So out of the 40 meter cloth that we have, we can cut 215, 215, 215, 18 times, and we can produce 18 shirts from them. And the remaining cloth from which we can't produce a shirt, if we measure that particular cloth, the measure of the cloth is 130 centimeter. So we'll write it here, 18 shirts, right? So you can build up or you can stitch 18 shirts. So we'll write up the statement, that is 18 shirts can be produced from 40 meter cloth, right? And length of the remaining cloth is 130 centimeter. So this is how you end the problem. So first you see in which units they have measured. Is it weighing a substance, or is it finding the capacity of a substance, or is it measuring a length? So after you find out the unit that they have used, understand the problem clearly. What are they asking? In this, they have told us that they have got total length of cloth and they know the dimension of cloth that is required to produce one shirt. So number of shirts that can be produced by 40 meter cloth is that they are asking. Convert the units first. Centimeter becomes easier here for calculations, so you can convert it into centimeters and then use this basic formula. This is a formula that you will encounter in the later chapters, even in later classes also in arithmetic portion. And then divide properly, get the borrows, get the multiplication properly. Estimation gives you a good hold of the quotient that you need to get. And then at the last, please do write the statements in order to end the problem. So this is how you can calculate the number of shirts that you can produce with the total number of cloth that you have. So this is the end of the 9th sum. Let's head with the 10th sum of the exercise. So the 10th sum states that medicine is packed in boxes, each weighing 4 kg and 500 grams. How many such boxes can be loaded in a van which cannot carry beyond 800 kg? So we have medicine boxes which weigh 4 kg 500 grams each, and we have a van which can load only 800 kg and it can't load beyond that. So we need to find the maximum number of boxes that we can fill up the van so that it does not exceed the 800 value, right? So we'll put down the data. So weight of each medicine box is equal to 4 kg 500 grams, right? Perfect. Now let's note down the maximum weight that the van can bear. So maximum weight load the van can bear, it is 800 kg. Now when you look here, it is in grams, it is in kg, so it's better that we convert one of them into one unit, either into grams or into kg, so that we simplify our calculations. By looking at this, I feel that we need to convert this into grams and this also into grams so that we don't end up having decimals, right? So we'll do that with another color in order to understand the difference. So let us take this and let us take this. Now we can convert this as, see, 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams, right? 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. So 4 kgs will be equal to 4000 grams. Now collectively this becomes 4500 grams. This is also very simple. Use the same logic. 800 kg is equal to 800 into 1000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 lakh grams. 8 lakh grams. So we have successfully converted into 1 unit, right? Now let's proceed with the calculation. Number of boxes is equal to, in the previous problem also we had used this formula to find the number of the product. The same formula can be extended to this problem also, where we can write maximum weight that is 8 lakh grams divided by weight of each medicine box. So maximum weight, it is 8 lakh grams. Divided by 4500 grams, which is the weight of each medicine box. You can cancel these two zeros, not required. So you end up having 8000 divided by 45, right? Now we need to calculate the division. Very simple division, no need to worry. So you have 80, you have 45 here. So estimate this number to the nearest greatest value, right? So the nearest greatest value is 50. So if you do 50 into 2, it will be 100. So it is better to do 1, right? So the same thing we can apply it here. So 45 into 1 will become 45. This is 7, this is 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, 7 minus 4 is 3. Now again 50 into 7, it will be 350, right? So the same thing we can do here, 45 into 7. So 45 into 7 is 315, right? So 5 becomes 4 here, this is 10, 10 minus 5 it is 5, and 4 minus 1 it is 3, right? The same thing, we get down the 0 here and we have again 7, which brings out 315, and we have 35 as the remainder. So this means that maximum to maximum we can fill only 177 boxes in a van which can bear 800 kg. So we'll write down the answer here. The answer is 177 boxes. So we'll write down the statement in order to complete this verbal problem. Maximum boxes that can be loaded in the van is 177 boxes. So this is how you calculate and find out the number of boxes that are required. So let's head with the 11th sum of the exercise. The 11th sum states that the distance between the school and a student's house is 1 kilometer and 875 meters. Every day she walks both ways. Find the total distance covered by her in 6 days. So we have a student here and she travels from her home to the school, which is of the distance 1 kilometer 875 meters, and she walks that distance twice. So once she goes to the school in the morning, she walks 1 kilometer 875 meters, and the same distance she covers in the evening while she is traveling back from school to home, right? Now we need to calculate this particular distance for 6 days. That is, what is the total distance that she travels in 6 days? So let's put down this particular problem diagrammatically to understand more better. Okay, so we have a school girl as per the problem, and let us name this point as point A, which denotes her home location, and she's traveling to point B where it is her school. Right, now we have this distance as 1 kilometer 875 meters, right? Now she travels this twice in a day. So in a day she travels this particular distance twice, right? So let's put it down into mathematical statements. Distance between house and school, it is 1 kilometer 875 meters, right? Now let's convert this particular distance into meters. So let's use another color. So we don't have to worry about this because it's already in the meters. Now we know 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, right? So this whole distance becomes 1000 meter plus 875 meter, which is equal to 1875 meters. So these all calculations you can do it in the mind and directly you need to write the answer. Yes. So twice in a day. So she travels this distance twice in a day. So in one day, how much distance that she covers? So total distance covered by student in one day. So we can easily calculate it by multiplying this distance by 2. So 1875 into 2, which is 2 5s are 10, 1, 2 7s are 14, 15, 1, 2 8s are 16, 17, 1, 2 1s are 2, 3. So it is 3750 meters. So this is the distance that she covers in one day. Now, how much distance that she covers in 6 days is the task that is given to us. So distance covered in 6 days, which is equal to 3750 meters into 6, which is equal to 6 zeros are 0, 6 5s are 30, 3 carry, 6 7s are 42, 43, 44, 45, 5, 4, 6 3s are 18, 18 plus 4 it is 22. So you have 22,500 meters, right? Now to express it in kilometers, it is 22 kilometers 500 meters. So if she travels this distance twice in a day for 6 days, in total she is going to complete 22 kilometers 500 meter. So this is how you calculate the distance for one day and then multiply it for 6 days. Now let's start with the 12th problem, which is the last problem of this exercise. The particular problem reads that a vessel has 4 liters and 500 ml of curd. So there is a vessel in which 4 liters and 500 ml of curd is filled. In how many glasses each of 25 ml capacity can it be filled? So you need to count the number of glasses each of 25 ml capacity in order to distribute the curd equally among all the glasses. So you need to find out the number of glasses that you can take in order to equally divide it 25, 25, 25, 25 ml. Okay, so let's again depict this particular problem diagrammatically. So you have a vessel . I'm sorry, my diagram is really bad. So you have curd filled and this curd has 4 liters 500 ml. So this curd, the capacity of the curd is 4 liters and 500 ml, right? Now there is a glass and this glass has 25 ml capacity. Now we need to divide this curd among these glasses. We need to find the number of glasses that we need so that we can equally distribute it 25 ml, 25 ml, 25 ml. Now it is one of the favorite problems of this exercise, I guess, because previously also we solved the same sum but in a different context. So total amount of curd, it is 4 liters 500 ml. Now it is very important that we convert this into milliliters because we have the capacity of the glass in milliliters, right? And it is 25. So the multiples of 25 is very easy to calculate. And if we have good number of multiples or easy number of multiples with us, then the division becomes very easy. So it's better that we convert these liters into ml, right? So let's not bother about this because it's already in milliliters. Let's bother about 4 liters. Now as you know, 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. So 4 liters is equal to 4000 milliliters. Very simple. So the entire amount of curd, it is 4500 milliliters. Right? So this is the capacity or total capacity of curd in the vessel in milliliters. Okay. Now let's go ahead with the sum. So let's find out the, let's state the capacity of the glass. So capacity of glass, the capacity of the glass is 25 ml. So now the task for us is to find the number of glasses. So number of glasses is equal to total curd divided by capacity of one glass. The same formula that we had used in two previous sums, you can extend it, but you need to be very sensitive about the context in which you are extending the formula. So total curd is 4 liter 500 ml. This we have converted into 4500 ml. So write down here 4500 ml divided by 25. Now it's very easy to calculate. You will look here, 4500 divided by 25. Now 25 twos is 50, it is more than 45. So 25 ones will be 25. Now this we can subtract it easily because no borrowing. 0, 4 minus 2 is 2, 200. Now 25 fours is 100, 25 eights is 200. So 25 eights it is 200 and 25 zeros is 0. So you can equally distribute 4 liters and 500 ml of this curd among 180 glasses, each having capacity of 25 ml. So the answer is 180 glasses. Right? So let's give an ending to this problem by writing the statement: 4 liters 500 ml of curd can be equally distributed among 180 glasses, each having 25 ml of capacity. So this is how you're going to solve the problem. So we have encountered this particular formula thrice, right? So this particular formula becomes much more important. So you need to take the total amount and divide it by the capacity or quantity of one product, so that you get the number of products that you're going to get from the total amount, right? So we use that to find the number of shirts you can stitch in one of the problems, the number of boxes that you can fill in the van. Now here, number of glasses that you can fill with 25 ml of curd. So 4 liters and 500 ml of curd can be equally distributed among 180 glasses, each having 25 ml. So you can divide this particular 4 liter 500 ml 180 times with 25 ml, 25 ml, 25 ml as the capacity. So this is how you solve the problem.
So, just now, Suhit sir have taught us the exercise number 1.2 of chapter 1, knowing our numbers, right? So, I hope it was easy for all of us to learn. With this, Lakshmi from We Learning telling you tata bye bye, take care and have a nice day. We'll meet